Bonjour, I'm Aldrahil, and welcome to Apres Moi le Deluge in Hearts of Iron 4. This is the mod wherein Napoleon, in all his might and glory, blessed be his name, conquered Europe in the Great Third Coalition War. It is brilliant, and the world is pretty much the same, to be honest, but some things have changed, so we're going to be playing France and taking Napoleon IV all the way to victory. It's the 70th year since the outbreak of the Republican revolutions. The continental system established by Napoleon has weathered the storm, battered but victorious. The malcontents licked their wounds and bided their time. Radicals and Republicans, Jacobins and Nationalists all watched for signs of weakness. Today, the strength of the continental system will be tested once again. The glorious Napoleon IV, the absolute monarchy. Oh yes. Established by Napoleon was supposed to civilize the world, bringing peace to Europe. For 100 years, it brought peace until the Great War, which we kicked ass. The English and the Russians, her perpetual enemies, were humiliated. Half a generation of men lay in shallow graves from Calais to Romania. The trauma of the loss of the cream of French manhood weighs heavily on the fatherland. Oh, here we go. So I have a couple of choices. There's the League of Nations, or to promote international cooperation, achieve international peace and security. It's just League of Nations is lame. League of Nations is to depose. We could depose the Emperor, possibly, but who cares wants to do that? And to punish Britain. Perfidious Albion is at it again. Yes. Glorious. We have the Emperor of the French. Napoleon IV centered his throne in 1926 on the death of his father, Eugene the... Eugene? Really? Ruled conservatively without expanding his powers. Nonetheless, he's a very public figure and actively seeks to increase public support. And we have great war horrors due to the massive swath of destruction from Calais to Odessa. Oh, 25% recruitable population factor reduction. Reduction of expanding to be in or expand a faction. Massive, well, join faction tension limit and send volunteers limit, only a small amount. We compare the French Empire. This is the state of the world. It's 36. The French Empire owns Barcelona and the good stuff over there. Pushed in a little bit there and owns a little bit of Italy. And Ukraine is also weirdly over there. Germany got broken apart into 3 or 4 states, rather. Netherlands is a tiny bit bigger. Kingdom of Great Britain still exists. Magyar Empire, the Hungarians kind of got broken up into the Magyar. The Russian Empire still exists. British India is still existent, though it is the French India does also exist. Tibet and China are in their way, and as is the Heavenly Kingdom. Now, obviously, because the Napoleonic War went well, some very interesting things happened. First of all, the Louisiana Purchase did not occur, thus allowing for a consistent, independent Kingdom of Louisiana to eventually burgeon out, as well as the Federal Kingdom of America. Canada was not able to be properly conquered or expanded, thus meaning Socialist Republic of Quebec is all that remains, and the Algonquin Republic because the Native Americans had to do something to try and survive. And finally, we have the Christian Republic of Desert. I have no idea what that is. I'm not even going to think about it. Right, so let's get into this. I'm going to turn on Road to War, and Road to War basically means AI nations will tend towards more extreme options, countries will be more likely to declare wars via event and accept requests to join factions. Basically, everything's going to go like hell, and I like it. Let's do it. I want to see what happens. Also, the Persian Empire exists. So we have a decent amount of army. Like, we actually have a really quite decent 45 divisions of infantry. Wow. Some tanks, some motorized. Our flag is amazing. With a party of order with 60% popularity. Some daily change as well. Now, there are a couple of things as well. We have the gold standard, our voting choice, and the people's social order. The gold standards currently we have right now in monetary policy. So we are currency overtly convertible with gold. God, this is intense. It's restricting its ability to spend a deficit without seeking loans. We can get a fixed exchange and get 50% trade opinion factor. Floating exchange to get construction speed. If we want to do it to I don't really know what that is. So long as there's excess capacity and unemployment, the government should be able to add money in circulation without causing inflation. Or inflationary printing for factory output. I have a feeling that would kill people, right? That basically means no one could save, ever, right? We have the property to vote. So poll taxes preclude the vote to those who own homes. Okay. Universal suffrage for everyone to vote. This gives me monarchist drift. Limited suffrage, so women are disenfranchised, of course, because why would they not be franchised? And then no voting. Office voters are appointed by the ruling party. Oh, baby. Of course the way it should be. And finally, robber barons, construction speed. The Gilded Age roars on. Oh, I love this detail. Close collaboration between businessmen and state results in topside load distribution of wealth. We have the welfare state for for unity to allow people to be cared for. Labor camps. What? Prisoners are put, I'll put them at everyone. So prisoners are put to work. An established religion. Okay, I don't really want to do that. Wow, look at all the choices here. We have loads of cabinet ministers. We have military research, a small arms designer, artillery designer looks a little bit different. Wow, this is very nice. Industry and theory. Theorist, military staff. Oh, there's some new military staff. Oh, going to be lots to do with my political power. That's great. And then finally, just the standard high commands. Okay. Finally, the focus system. Let's get into it. So everyone's focus tree is pretty similar. Pretty much most of this is the same, with some changes along the bottom. So we have, first of all, the choice of what kind of things we want to do with regards to our government. So we can either go towards meritocracy, aristocracy, individualism, or corporatism. Although it appears that I can... I can pick one of each? That's weird. I can also choose to depose the emperor if I so choose, but I have no desire to do such a thing. I don't want that. No, the emperor is great. Then we have youth organizations, and then we can go things like land reform, manoralism, okay, dynastic policies, preternatural nations, and state of terror, before going finally down to the lovely, lovely casus bellis: Britain, Poland, Russia, Japan, Germany, Austria, Turkey, and America. That's how we're going to conquer the world. The League of Nations could be formed to increase political power, which gives... but this gives democratic drift. Oh, wow. So we can actually vote on things. Rules of war need to be restated. Prisoners of war, maritime protections. This is basically just to get loads of political power. International Court of Justice. Prohibit poison gas. That's cool. The final effects of membership will decide which convention the League of Nations votes to accept. And then finally, leave. We can actually leave. That's cool. So actually, to go through all this, you get tons of political power, and then you can leave it after getting all that political power. Nice. Then we can also go through some of the kind of standard industry bonuses and resource bonuses, which is really nice. A little bit of steel here and there. Infrastructure and a couple factories, not many. And then some research. A couple research slots, actually. That's pretty good. Naval infrastructure, which I don't super care about. Then Lessons of the Great War. This gets rid of our post-war army, because we do have a we have Great War Spirit. I don't have... I get post-Great War Army, which grants political power gain reduction, but entrenchment speed and planning speed. Okay. And then I can get infantry weapons, and I can change to a better army, basically. The standing army or nation at arms. Ooh, nation at arms. Hello. Recruitable population division. Training time. The fatherland. Artillery advance, an offensive or defensive army. Definitely offensive. This reduces my... So I only want to do this when I'm preparing to go to war, because the political power gain is intense. Specialist roles, and then the kind of support brigades and kind of the standard bonuses, but lots of experience to change my units, and field exercises for modern army, giving me lots of bonuses. So basically, it seems it's all geared around building up into industry and working towards the League of Nations, working towards government bonuses, then doing military stuff just before I go to war. So, what do I want? I feel like League of Nations makes sense, right? But then again, things like corporatism. Look at this. Recruitable population, ultra-nationalist drift. I don't really want ultra-nationalist drift. I want aristocracy, right? Because I want monarchist drift. So aristocracy, political power gain, and monarchist drift. Let's get that. A long-term interest in the country should rule. Families with good breeding and long history. Commoners would destabilize the realm. Or corporatism. I don't want corporatism. So it requires one of the following. But these are these all mutually exclusive? Because these don't seem to be. That's weird. Can I get both? Let's get aristocracy. Alright, technology-wise. Ooh. Looks pretty much the same, though I have slightly outdated equipment. Isn't good. Oh, and 4 tech slots, baby. Okay. We have civilian factories for days, so let's get some mill factories built. And let's start working on things. Oh god, what is with this? This is disgusting. Oh, it's horrible. I'm building these weird bombers. That's gross. You're gross. Okay, the gun should be at the top, I think. I don't have any oil, though. Alright, and I guess we should also start to train. So our actual divisions are pretty basic. But hey, no, artillery, recon, engineer, like this is some good stuff. Then we have the territorials, the cavalry, god, they're huge. The cuirassé, which is the light divisions for light tanks and tanky tanks. The motorized for vroom vroom, and then the alpines. Yeah. Oh, alpines. Wait, why would I not build these? These are exactly the same. They cost more infantry equipment, to be fair. But like a tiny bit more map. I would just always go. Yeah. Why would I not always do this? Because hang on. These are identical, except for the fact that Mountain have 0.6 more breakthrough and double the organization. 5 less HP, though. They have 5 less HP. That's why. And they have more production cost. However, you start to go through. When you start to go through the Mountaineers, they get soft type bonus, organization, and organization. So, like, why would you not? But the HP is troublesome, so I'm just going to train loads of these normal guys. There we go. Oh, cool. So I'm playing this quite blind. I haven't really tried a lot of things. I'm interested to see how the game goes. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, also, Europe's already at war. Germany is currently in a war. All of them are fighting each other. So there's offensive wars everywhere. They're all fighting each other. The German peoples. Each of them are fighting each other. Which is pretty cool. Oh! I got puppets. I didn't realize I had puppets. With Luxembourg and Pomerania. Nice. Also have most of Africa. And Indochina. Kitchen. The Commonwealth performance reversed. The late King George V has been implementing gradual changes to defense and colonial policies. These Commonwealth performance appear to have come to an end. Oh. The cabinet appointed under Sir Arthur Harris is seeking greater centralization of dominions. It has demanded a dissolution of colonial legislators. Oh boy. May Day. For the 1st of May, it's been a day of solidarity for labor movements around the world since 1851, when an unruly mob of striking Parisian textile workers were justly brought to order by gendarmes. It has been a day of apprehension for the ruling classes since 66, when strikes turned to revolution and kings fled from their palaces in fear. No sovereign wishes to see a return to these chaotic days, as the Paris parade was heavily vetted and controlled by police. We pray there'll be no disturbances. May Day passes uneventfully. The ruling class of the world breathes a sigh as the tension surrounding the Paris parades dissipates under the rays of a new dawn. Oh, that's nice. While the flames of revolution may still be roaring in Germany, the French masses are apparently too subdued to the recent horrors of the Great War to make trouble, at least for now. The 1st of May has been a day of oh, it's just repeating itself. So, what's the governmental policies over here? We have the People's Republic of Germany, who are radical communists. We have the Kingdom of Westphalia, who are monarchists, under Frederick. And then we have Neumark, the Teutonic Right, who are ultra-nationalists. Oh wow, von Mackensen, a senior general in the Westphalian army, born a commoner. He was enabled by Frederick II's father's expertise as cavalry commander. He helped break the trench stalemates with brilliant maneuver warfare. Was soon removed from his command for anti-French sentiments. The dismissal of this popular general was a blow to the popularity of the monarchy. A German ultra-nationalist movement began coalescing around Mackensen. The rebellion of the radicals and Democrats gave them their opportunity to strike, and a mass deflection of troops ensued. Oh, defection. As the Reichsgrenadier, and French influence, annexation of Pomerania, and a return to traditional German values as embodied by the Teutonic Knights with their Baltic Crusades, and the Kingdom of Prussia, heroic enemy of Napoleon. Fuck, that's awesome. These guys are so cool. Look at all the history. This guy is actually descendant of Hieronymus, the youngest brother of Napoleon. Ah. Well, that's nice. German... Special favor showed Germany hastened disintegration of the continental system, which culminated in the Great War. Frederick was widely viewed as a weak leader, and the radicals ultra-leftists used the upheaval as their chance to end French influence in Germany. So they're rebelling against us. This is the president of Germany, head of the German Communist Party, and one of the central figures in the revolution that began in 1935 at the end of the Great War. The ability... Wait, what? The Great War ended in 1935? The ability of the extreme left to organize such a large scale surprised the monarchy, but Thalmann took advantage of the dissolution and central... Whoever no economist will be able to submit the support into a coalition to be thrown into turn remains to be seen. Cool. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. That's different. So, the Kingdom of Britain has been replaced by a ultra-nationalist party of Commonwealth. Bomber Harris. A staunch advocate of strategic bombing as a means of... What? Whoa, the British Empire has been dismantled. What are you saying? That's insane. What happened to the king? Holy shit. Oh, Lord Lithengau, of course. Also, you look at America. It's a monarchist federalist party. The line of John, the House of Hamilton. George Washington died without an heir, and Alexander Hamilton was selected as sovereign by a constitutional convention. So instead of it being a federal election, it was a constitutional convention to make him king. John II led America competently through the Great War, using many British possessions in the Western Hemisphere, and forging closer ties to the French Empire. Like many of its ancestors, he tried to centralize power at the expense of his legislature. Interesting. Interesting. Austria is sitting there pretty with Otto I. You do you, Otto. I'm not really sure I can be bothered to read about you. The Ottos is Mehmed VII. Oh, it keeps changing. What does it keep? He was almost overthrown. Led the empire to appear during the Great War. Young Turks, Great Assembly, blah blah. Japanese ultranationalists, the far-right faction have seized power in Japan following a brief period of civil unrest, which several hundred government ministers and moderate armies were arrested. The unrest ended when the emperor intervened by commanding the League of Blood for their initiative. What? War ministers and prime minister, Japan appears to be entering an expansionist and revanchist phase. Was it a mistake for Hirohito to give up direct control? Oh, Hideyoko Tojo. Oh boy. And then we got China over here with Hu Hanmin and the Heavenly Kingdom. Basically, there was a divide. The ultranationalists of the Heavenly Kingdom believe that they are the paternal descendants of the Heavenly King, whose millennial Christian kingdom was created after a long and bloody struggle against the Qing. I always say King. It should be Qing. The final resolution, the conflict was prevented by the European country. The Taiping state is strong enough now that to seek its own destiny without fear of the cowardly French or exhausted British. As the living embodiment of Christ on earth, Hong Daikai demands, oh my, that the northern Manchu barbarians recognize his divinity. Okay. And we also have Alexander IV. Are there any wars? Don't mind living in the background sneezing, she's a bit unwell. These things happen. I'm also a bit unwell as well. Still in Australia. By the way, I'm beginning this series because my Pax Britannica series had to end because, well, it just did because it was broken. The game's kind of broken and it crashed me. Let's keep getting political power. I keep crashing when I do wars. Getting political power. The sovereign is appointed by God to fulfill his mandate on Earth. Divine truth cannot be voted on. It can be judged in a popularity contest. That's right. Voting is for chumps. Anglo-Spanish alliance. The government of Spain and Britain have agreed to a military alliance. In future wars... Oh, crap. They've also quietly ended its demands for the return of Gibraltar and Ceylon, territory seized by Spain at the conclusion of the Great War. This alliance is surely intended for waging war against France. Say what? Oh, wow. So they took Gibraltar. I see. So what you're saying is I should maybe be chucking troops on the border here.
Écoutez.
What? Écoutez. Écoutez. Take a look at our generals, actually. Alphonse Georges, Old Guard Defensive Doctrine. Oh, God. Oh, so many Old Guards. So bad. Charles de Gaulle. There we go. Well, I'll tell you what. I will still give them the Old Guard stuff because they have to just kind of stand still for a long time. Oops, I didn't give them the right guard. Highest skill, please. Fine. Alphonse Georges, you'll do. I think maybe we should start getting on the Spanish border. How about Italy? What's Italy doing? Oh, God. Okay, I think maybe some of you guys should break away here a little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Hu Hanmin passes away. The Chinese Prime Minister and Constitutionalist Party member, our leader, passed away to cerebral hemorrhage at 57. A respected politician is able to bring the left and right factions of the nation together. The Central Committee has decided to appoint Field Marshal Chiang Kai-shek as his successor. Oh, the enemy of radicalism. There's gonna be some stuff going down, guys. Gonna be some stuff. Turkey moves towards absolutism. They mourn the death of a war hero. Oh, the absolute sovereign has repudiated, I don't even know what that word means, the idea of Count Pasha being the father of Turkey, except only in the legacy as a brilliant general. Intriguing, intriguing. What's the problem? Why are we so... Oh my god, the infantry equipment deficit we're on right now. Holy crap. That's insane. So we are actually in a really weak position. Wow. Look at that. We are very weak right now. This is very bad for us. Well, we can try and retreat to the reaches over here. Maybe we should just try and focus on getting these guys trained up as best they can. I mean, we've got these rivers here, so I don't see what the problem is. Like, look at that. We got the rivers.
Écoutez.
Let's get all over there. Unfortunately, they're the wrong type of troops, but that's fine. We at least have one division on each side, kind of watching this weird little German war. God, they're all dying. It's horrible. It's horrible to watch. Alright, Divine Right. Awesome. And Machine Tools as well. Alright, in the next episode, which is going to be episode 2. If you guys want to see it come out early, make sure you like this video and comment as well, because if it hits 50 likes, I'm going to make sure we guys get the second episode straight away. Because I do like to do that. I think it's a nice way to reward you guys for leaving likes on the video, because it helps a lot. So we're trying to see what happens with this horrible Anglo-Spanish alliance, and hopefully no one tries to annihilate us. Like I said, leave a like and comment on the video, lets me know what you think. And also check out Patreon if you want to support me further as well. I was Aldrich and I'll continue to be, and I don't know enough French to give a French goodbye, so I'll say bonjour.